Okay. Welcome back to another episode of the 89 Garage. Before we get too far into this video, a guy would just like to ask you if you wouldn't mind going and hitting that subscribe button down below. Also, I have found that if you hit my logo there in the bottom right corner, if you hit my logo, it'll go ahead and shoot a thing up there that asks you if you want to subscribe. So if you would not mind hitting that button, smashing it, I appreciate it. Today I was out rummaging around outside. I noticed that a while back I bought a spare alternator. I don't know, 10-15 bucks over at the U-Pull yard, and I bought it not knowing if it actually charges, so to speak. I'm going to assume it does, because I got it I usually buy parts off of wrecked vehicles. Then you can basically assume that the motor and the transmission are good. Anything else. I get a little suspicious of cars in the wrecking yard that have nothing wrong with them. Usually, at least anything visually wrong with it, because that usually means something's just going on inside that you don't know about. Anyway, again, I got this off a wrecked F150 or Expedition. I don't remember. She's a little bit dirty, so I was going to clean her up a little bit and then pop the back open and just have a gander at the brushes. If those look okay, I will just put it back together. If not, I will replace them. I've already called over to Napa. Well, they think they have it, so I will go over there and grab them if so. An alternator is just something that I'm always looking for at a wrecking yard. I've always got my eyes peeled as to what I could, anything I can stockpile, I guess, or get cheap to have on hand. Alternators are always in my let's see if we can find them category, because O'Reilly wanted 200 and whatever for it. I think it's 220. So basically you're going to get this thing for 10% of a reman. And if you buy it right, if you buy it off a vehicle that's been wrecked, your chances are pretty high that it's going to be okay. The other thing that I will mention is most wrecking yards around here give you a 30-day warranty on these too. So typically, if this is going to be bad, you're probably going to throw it on and you'll know right away. Anyway, let's move along here, and today my weapons of choice are once again simple green. I'm going to go with the Oral-B today because it removes surface stains. I see surface stains all over this. And most of this work can be accomplished with a T20 Torx. Look, she's already. By the way, it's cold out here. If I rub my nose a lot, I'm sorry. Nose is running. I did turn the furnace on in here beforehand, so it's not running during the show. Hopefully we can get by without that coming back on. If it comes back on, you will know that it's dipped below 50 degrees. Okay, let's get going. Okay, I sprayed it down with simple green. I'm just gonna take and, this isn't really all that bad. I've seen worse. Okay, got her fairly clean now. So I'm gonna see if I can't bring that in just a smidgen. Get that in a little closer for you. Okay, so we are going to actually remove these four outer, I guess they're technically a screw. It's a machine screw. Again, this is a T20 tip. Torx. So we broke that free now. All you do is lift straight up. Right now, this is also where you could change the voltage regulator. This gray piece here is the voltage regulator. These are the brushes, and this is called the brush holder. Behind these brushes are some springs. Usually you can buy these alone. However, I just like to get the whole assembly, and I'll run over to Napa and get that right now and come back and we'll install it. However, I am going to leave this voltage regulator. Yeah, these actually looks normal. Let me get you in a spot where you can see these. If these are excessively worn, brushes are not going to help you. So, over to Napa we will go. I'm back, guys. Good to see you again. Well, first I went to Napa, and they said, we can get that for you, $8.50, which is, you know, good deal. However, you're gonna have to go to Salt Lake to get it or wait until Monday. Today is Saturday. Nope, not gonna do that. So I decided to run over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly says, yeah, we can get that for you. It'll take about a week. And it's $33.49 or something like that. So I guess maybe we'll just go ahead and throw this thing back together. I mean, those brushes are still good. So in the meantime, the guy stopped off and got a sandwich. After I'm done eating here, we're gonna roll, put this thing back together. Lettuce wrap Utah burger is what this is called at Apollo Burger. While I was eating, got my thinking cap on, and the guy remembered that he had some alternator parts out back, and looky what I found. This is the whole kit and caboodle. This is your regulator and your brushes. So it comes with a pin that holds this together, helps you assemble it. First off, let's compare these two. And you can see they're not really all that bad, comparatively speaking, if the camera would focus. I don't know, they're, 1/8 inch gone. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace them anyway. And that can be a spare or something, I don't know. So on the regulator here, there's a hole right here. Now that hole is where you can push this pin through, and then you push down the brushes, and then see it catches like that, and it holds the brush in while you assemble it. All right, so now they're both in there. For giggles, I'll pull it out and just show you. Okay, that's what those holes are for. You can use a paper clip or whatever to help you reassemble it. So let's go ahead and throw this bad boy back on the alternator. Get you down here looking again. So you just go ahead and, with the brushes back, go ahead and set this. It's kind of got to go underneath here a little bit. This here's the cover for the back bearing, by the way. Okay, now let's see. Hopefully then when we're done, we just go ahead, grab the pins, snap, snap. We got an alternator. You might also want to take your bit off if it fell off. Now that we're somewhat clean here, let me just kind of tell you a couple things about this alternator. It's pretty much about in my opinion, probably the best alternator that Ford ever made. They're pretty adaptable to some of the older cars. I'm going to talk about this one in particular right now, and this here is a 130 amp alternator. And the reason I know that, this is very good to know when you go to the junkyard. If you have 2 holes in these 3 webs, you have yourself a 130 amp alternator. If you have 4 holes in these 3 webs, you have a 95 amp alternator, less desirable. This is it's going to be the same price at the junkyard no matter which one you get, so you might as well go big or go back home. Same thing on a Fox body. I have covered this in one of Frankie's videos, I believe. Basically 94, 95 GT or V6, you can use that alternator on a Fox body. And again, 130 amp is what you're looking for. And then going into it'd be 96 through about 01, 02, the V6, so the 3.8 liter V6 Mustang had a version that will fit a Fox body. Rather than sit here and try to explain it, I'm always a show you type of guy. So let's show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so again, 2 hole, so 130 amp. I don't remember if it's the alternator or the alternator bracket that is threaded, but one of them's threaded, and when you get these 2 together now, neither one of them are threaded, so you have to get a longer bolt with some kind of a nut on the back. I actually like what I did on Frankie better. I'm gonna do the same thing on this. I'm gonna clean this up real good. The poor thing has just been a little bit neglected under here for a while. Okay, back. Got the 8.9 all buttoned back up, and here we are back. So this one here, like I say, is for an F150. This will fit either the 4.6 or the 5.4 liter 2 valve. I think that the 3 valves use the 6G alternator, which is a different barrel of monkeys altogether. It's a good alternator too, but in my opinion, this is a little easier to work with older stuff. You can always take it to AutoZone, O'Reilly, whatever, and just make sure it charges after you do this if you want, whatever. I'm done.